Welcome to Scorched Earth and a general monthly reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon and Ascendant or Ascendant for the month of December. I hope you're well. He's in the Night Sun Tarot for you today, which is interesting. It's a pretty dense deck, so I can only assume there's quite a bit going on with you at the moment, but let's have a look. Could I have 3 cards for Libra, please? Cards for Libra for December. Ooh, there's the first one. Recent past, 3 of Swords. We'll get into that. We'll see what that's about. I have 2 more cards for Libra, please. Two more cards for Libra, please. Ooh, there's the first one. Second one in your current energy, the Ace of Swords. Oh, what's wrong with me? I'm tripping over my words again. And what is coming towards Libra, please? Whoa, that was fast. The Chariot. No, not the Chariot at all. King of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, followed by the 8 of Wands, followed by the Page of Wands. There's a lot of energy in this reading already. Goodness. Right, let's put that there. I thought it might be. It's going to use the Marigold to clarify. It's interesting. It's got the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck already. So, why is the 3 of Swords here for Libra, please? Thank you. We've got the Fool. There's the 3 of Swords here for Libra. With the Hanged Man. That's interesting because the word that I've just heard is indecision. So we'll just put a pin in that and we'll come back to it. Where's the Ace of Swords here, please? Thank you. We've got the Chariot in reverse. Also very interesting. Ace of Swords, please. Fuck. I swear to God. Right, the Chariot's not in reverse at all. It's the right way up, thank you. I was holding the deck upside down. Really? Ace of Swords, please. Where's that here for Libra? Oh, we've got the Magician. Beautiful. Yeah, that's why I thought it was upside down. I've got like the first few cards from upside down. Right. Why is the King of Wands here for Libra? Thank you. That's a wonderful. Wheel of Fortune. Why is the King of Wands here for Libra, please? Cards are very talkative today. They're just like flying around everywhere. There it is. There's an Oracle card down there as well. Field of Dreams. Interesting. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, what a busy reading. At the bottom of the deck, we've got the King of Swords, followed by the 4 of Cups, and followed by Justice and the 6 of Wands. This is interesting. This feels like... What does it feel like? It feels like a triumphant journey of overcoming something difficult that has gone before. Bear with me. I just want to have another deck ready. So the first card that you've got is 3 of Swords. Now that's interesting. This is very, very difficult energy. We're talking about heartbreak there. We've got 2 characters both holding swords. And the last one's piercing straight through the heart. It's a very visceral image. We all understand what it means when we see the 3 of Swords. It's clarified by the Fool and the Hanged Man, and the indecision seems to have been around this. There's a really strong feeling that you made a decision in the past, or something didn't happen the way that you thought it should have done in the past, and you sat in an energy of this for a little while. But somewhere along the line, you kind of come back to this decision that you made. and wondered if it was the right one. And it feels like a decision not to do something. And it feels like you've kind of revisited it and you've looked at it from a different angle and you've changed your mind. Tell me about the Fool and the Hangman. Where's the Fool and the Hangman here? Where's the fuck? Where's the Fool and the Hangman here? Yeah, right. 6 of Wands at the bottom of the deck now. We've got the King of Cups, the 7 of Cups, and the 10 of Swords. It feels like you resolved not to do something, right? At some point, at a as yet, you know, like, well, for me, unknown point in the past. It was something that was quite important to you. It didn't work out the way that you planned. And so you resolved that you would not go any further with it. There would be no more movement on this. Now, whether this is a relationship or whether this is a creative project or whatever, I'm not sure at this point. But it seems like you have revisited that decision, right? And you kind of flip-flopped backwards and forwards over it for a little while. Sat with it, in fact. As we see with this Fool here. Sat with it for a little bit on a rock. Considered things. And in the process of doing so, you changed your mind about it, right? Maybe there was a sufficient passage of time between the event and you kind of revisiting it that made you feel like whatever hurt was incurred, it wasn't quite so fresh and it wasn't quite so painful, and maybe there was a possibility that we could do this again, because we've got the King of Cups, we've got the 7 of Cups, and we've got the 10 of Swords here. And it feels like this, well, it is, this King of Cups is kind of pointing towards these. Here's the indecision. Were you fooling yourself about how painful that thing was, actually? You know, did you react to it in some sort of way that was... What's the word I'm looking for here, please? No, it's gone. There's a sense, though, the word that I was looking for is completely eluding me at the moment, that perhaps your initial reaction was not the right one. Now you've had time to reflect on it. Now you've had time to sit and think about it. Like, as we see, this Fool is actually sitting and thinking before he moves off, and the Hanged Man is all about submitting to, you know, difficult energies, often uncomfortable situations. Having gone back and looked at it, you've kind of gone backwards and forwards on it and decided that actually you weren't quite as hurt by it as you thought you were. This is very interesting. I hope that this makes some sense to somebody. In your current energy, you've got the Ace of Swords, and this is... I like this, because where this sword here was spearing your heart and it was difficult energy. Fucking cars. Very, very painful. You flip the sword upside down, right? Just as the Hanged Man is upside down, to see the world from a different perspective. In doing so, you've shifted your thinking the other way around now, and you're seeing it in a different way. Like, I hate to say it, Libra, but with that crown of thorns around the Ace of Swords there, it feels like maybe just a little bit you martyred yourself on this previous decision. Now you see the light, you see how you did it, you see how maybe you reacted a little too strongly to some aspect of it, whether it was criticism or what, I don't know. And there's a resolve to do things differently, to start again, to try it again, perhaps in a slightly different way, but maybe the same way. Who knows? Because the two clarifiers that we've got under here are really, really strong. We've got the Chariot and the Magician. Now, this is quite a formidable pair, to be honest, Libra. The Chariot is about, it's about the individual. Oh, it's all about the self. Whatever this was, whatever it was that wounded you so deeply here, I feel like it wasn't something, it could well be a creative project in some way. Maybe it got some criticism. Maybe the feedback wasn't quite as good as you would have liked. Maybe there was some aspect of it that wasn't as, just wasn't as well received as you hoped that it would be. But what you've realised is that you took it so very, very personally. Like it felt like an attack on you rather than on the thing that you were trying to do. This could be a creative project. It could be any kind of project. Take it as it resonates to you. The insight that you've got from hanging yourself upside down from a tree and revisiting your decision not to do this is that actually you took it personally where it was not either meant personally, or it actually wasn't, it had nothing to do with you as a person. Tell me about the Chariot, please. Thank you. Five of Swords. Yeah, your thinking was a bit wonky in this regard. What about Chariot? Yeah. We've got the Three of Cups, which talks about emotional support networks to me. Maybe it was at the hands of other people that you... No, it's the emotional support of the people that are around you that has showed you how your thinking was flawed. And you're revisiting it. This is very, very positive. I really, really like this actually, because even though it is something that is in front of you, what it implies is that there has been some growth and some, I won't say growing of a thick skin, because I don't think that that's relevant. It feels more like a separation of you from what you were trying to create, right? Like a criticism of this thing isn't necessarily a criticism of you, and maybe it's constructive criticism, but you really, really took it to heart. It's really wounded you in some way or another. The Magician is here because this revelation has been somewhat of a motivator for you, actually. Now you see it clearly for what it is. You see that you kind of held yourself back in a way that you really didn't need to. Tell me about the Magician, please. Tell me about the Magician. Thank you. Yeah, it felt like a rejection of you, and it really, really wasn't. We've got the Sun has come up there, and the Four of Wands. I'm not going to take them because they fell to the right. But your whole thinking about this entire endeavour has shifted with this understanding that it wasn't a rejection of you, and it wasn't even a rejection of the thing, actually. It feels like it was meant as constructive criticism. Tell me about the Magician, please. Thank you. Yeah. And the halt that you caused on it, that you called on it even, yeah, was as a result of feeling personally attacked. Now that that huge revelation has hit you, you are now feeling not only empowered to try again, because we've got this card of coming back here, which is a feeling that I got very, very strongly, but actually to do it really, really well. Like really, really well. Maybe you've taken that constructive criticism on board and been like, I can work with this, I can do something with this, this is really, really good. It feels inspirational. It feels like it's given you a bit of a boot up the arse, to be honest, like a great drive forwards to do something. The Magician is about manifestation, right? So perhaps having taken this constructive criticism on board, you're like, suddenly your mind is full of ideas. It feels very active. Maybe it's your mind, maybe it's your heart. It's difficult to tell, but it's fizzy. Did I not say that about the cards? Like there was a lot of movement, there was a lot of activity, and this feels like you. What's coming towards you in December is the King of Wands. Now this could be a Leo, it's a Leo card, or a fire sign of some description, but this could be a continuation of what is occurring down here, because the King of Wands is the most active of all the kings, in my opinion. He's the one who is all about living now, right? All of the other kings live in various different times. You know, the King of Pentacles is making plans now for 25 years time. You know, the King of Cups, well, who knows what he's doing, sort of awash with memories and things. The King of Wands, representing the fire suit, is all about the immediate here and now, but it's also a great deal of creative energy. The wand suit is all about creation, and it feels incredibly creative, whatever it is that you're doing here. Really, really creative. And this is the energy of somebody who is taking that, and you know, if you want to do something creative, which character from the court hierarchy of the tarot are you going to want to be doing it? It's the King of Wands, right? He is the active presentation of that creative energy. He's the one who goes after what he wants. He's the one who does what he wants, you know. And it's underpinned by the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles. And that's absolutely fascinating, because it feels like this setback was sent to you deliberately because you needed to learn to navigate it. And maybe you did need to learn to grow a slightly thicker skin. That is possible. Maybe you just needed to learn not to take things so personally. Right? That is also possible as well. But whatever it is, it seems like your ability to create, your ability to use this energy is magnified 10 times by this small setback that you had, because it was all about your emotional response to what it was that you were doing. It feels like there's magic happening here for you, Libra. I really, really like it. The Ten of Rings is a commitment. So not only have we got the King of Wands in the here and now, doing, being, living, driven, enthusiastic, passionate, we've got that initial spark, but we also have a commitment to carry it forwards in some sort of way. Maybe you're starting your own business. You had a minor setback and you were like, shit, this is just a crap idea. I don't even know why I thought about going down this road in the first place. But it niggled. You know, you shut the idea down because it hurt. So you took it personally. But it wouldn't go away. And now, having gone back and sat with it and considered it and lent into the discomfort a little bit, realised that your thinking was all a little bit off for it. Now you're back, and now you have the capacity to make this last, whatever it is. I have some more cards for the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Rings, please. Oh, I feel like that was the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to take this as confirmation for what I've just said. Tell me about this Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles as well. This is tremendous, and it certainly gives me the feeling that some of this is potentially business related, career related. It's to do with your material environment. It needed you, because it is a reflection of you, because it is an extension of you, it needed you to be strong and sturdy and independent and self-sufficient so that it, in turn, could have its own legs to stand up. Does that make sense, Libra? Yeah. You had to see exactly where it was that your mental limitations were the thing that was holding it back, right? The idea is sound, the idea is good, right? But you just had to do a little bit of work on removing your own barriers to success before it could drive forwards all on its own, right? This is amazing, Libra. Like, we've just proper bish bash bosh straight to the point of this. That's excellent. And I love it for you, I really do. So there's not really anything else to say here. So what I'm going to do is, if this has resonated with you at all, there is a link in the description box that will take you to Vimeo. I'm going to go over there and pull this apart a little bit more. We're going to have a little bit more of a look at the kind of past, present energy, just a little bit. And then we're going to look at this and maybe pull some advice and stuff like that. So if you want to come and join me over there, that's cool. If not, no shade. Know that I love you all very much, and I will see you soon.